Alright, folks, it is the much anticipated end of the month. It is November the 30th. That's the end of the month of November. And it's time to play some cards. I'm serious. Time to play some Hokkaido Hold'em. Some Sapporo Stud. Now, we have a little overview here of our kind of economic situation. Just for reference, I think the U.S. has a GNP of 74? Something like that. They are overwhelmingly more economically powerful than us. But that's okay. That's one way to win the game, actually, is to reduce your enemy's GNP to 0, and you do that by destroying bases and stuff, but we'll get to that. So, we now have an invitation. Headquarters hereby orders... It's not really an invitation, it's a order. Headquarters hereby orders you to attend this month's conference. Attendance is imperative, and you should come prepared. You can blow this off, but it's really not a good idea. Because there's some... Especially the first one, there are some amazingly important decisions we have to make here. And it's done through the use of cards. I really wasn't kidding. So every member of the cabinet here, you can see, gets a number of cards. It seems silly, but it's actually a really cool mechanic. The idea is that you use these cards to kind of mimic the political debate around these different topics. So we're going to start with foreign policy. There's much tension in the international arena, so I'd like to hear everyone's opinion. And everyone puts forward a proposal. Prime Minister is saying we should declare war on the U.S. on December the 7th. Fancy that. And everybody else except for China, it looks like he wants to negotiate with. The Chief of Staff wants to declare war on the 22nd, and he wants to negotiate with the European powers and Australia. The Finance Minister wants to declare war on the U.S. on the solstice, on Samhain. Negotiate with a few other people. And the Foreign Minister, the big pillowy nerd that he is, wants to negotiate with everybody. And that's pretty typical. Okay, so we need to come up with a proposal that is suited to our aims. And it's worth mentioning again, you must declare war on the U.S. before you can declare war on anybody else. So this is a little bit chancy. I'm going to declare war on the U.S. first, and I think I've decided... We're pretty much ready to go, is the thing. I was thinking December 24th, but now that I'm considering it a little bit more, that's pretty far out there. So we can be on station in about 2 weeks. So... probably sooner than that, even. I should have thought of this before I started this silly-ass game. I'm actually going to go ahead and say... Oh, I wish it was Friday the 13th. Oh, well. The thing about it is that Doug wants me to delay the start of the war a bit. But the problem is that if you delay too much, the Americans can really gather some strength. So we don't want to wait too long, but we also don't want to attack immediately. So it's a balance. Christmas Eve is tempting, but I think I'm going to go with lucky number 13 here. And then I'm going to declare war on England on the 13th. I say, quite... England. England! I don't know what's happening. I've lost control of my bowels. I'm pushing buttons randomly. Australia. I think I'm actually going to ignore them because we're not declaring war on them anytime soon. None of their possessions are really that interesting to us. So I'm going to keep them out of this as much as I can. The Soviets, however, I'm going to negotiate with them. Same with China. Same with Thailand. Now, actually, there's some other options I should talk about. There's aid packs, which I think... I'm trying to remember. Yeah, I think they might give you some extra material per month. Military pact, I think you can use that nation's bases, possibly? I'm not sure about that. It could just be a further consolidation of your relations with that nation. I really can't remember for sure. And then request war participation actually brings them and their forces into the war. So that's a really important one. Peace treaty, though, it removes them from the war permanently, I think. So you get a peace treaty with someone, they are out. They're done. They're gone. I don't think you can do a peace treaty with the U.S. I'm not 100% on that, but I actually can't remember for sure. But negotiations just generally improve your relations with them so that you can do some of these things more easily. If we were to try to request a military pact with China, for instance, it wouldn't work. It just wouldn't. It's not happening. I think we have a military pact with Thailand, come to think of it. Germany, meanwhile, we can eventually get some of their forces possibly on our side, but that will come probably a lot later. Alright, so we're going to negotiate with everybody except for the Australians and declare war on England, the USA, and Holland on the 13th. Now, this is really important because if this falls through, Doug's plan is kind of out the window. Now, what happened there is the Prime Minister basically just bullied the Finance Minister into removing his proposal from the table. The Chief of Staff is now bullying the Finance Minister to agree with him. So now, once this timer up at the top finishes, when they cast a vote, he is going to vote for his proposal. It's very important. So I have these different cards. Plead basically says remove your plan from the table because it's so bad. Why? Think of the children. Refuse allows you to refuse a play like plead or direct, which is what the Chief of Staff used, and then pass allows you to pass the conversation over to somebody else. So if there's somebody you want to skip, that's a really good thing to use. I'm going to plead, I think, with the Chief of Staff to remove his proposal from the board. And he's going to refuse. He's very upset. That card that the Finance Minister just discarded was actually really good. It's a Unify card, and it is the best card that you can possibly draw, but he might have had an extra one. Sometimes the AI does some bizarre stuff, though, so... You usually want to bully the two jokers on the left, because they will only have 2 cards or less sometimes. I think they sometimes will only have 1 card. Kind of sad. So let's see. He supports the Chief of Staff. That's what I wanted to check. So I'm going to plead with the Chief of Staff. And he has to, yeah, he's lost his proposal. Now he's extending, the Finance Minister is extending the conversation. The Prime Minister has granted an extra 6 minutes. Tojo's no punk. He has a lot of cards. He's a veritable card master. He passed it back to him. He's very upset. I would really like a Unify card. The Chief of Staff now has a plan. I have 3 refuse cards. Those are pretty handy. I'm going to direct the Finance Minister. So he supports me, but now he could put a plan forward. Oh, that's perfect. So he played a Bide card. And that removes time off that timer there. He just passed to the Chief. Oh, damn. And he got 10 minutes out of that extend. So now I'm going to plead with the Foreign Minister. Because that is bonkers. That is stupid. This is a war game, my friend. Damn it, he has a refuse. He discarded. Okay, so I have tons of refuse cards. Prime Minister tried to get me to knock it off, but... Okay, so he gave another 10 minutes, but that puts it up to 15. That's the maximum. I'm going to direct... Wait, hang on. Oh, shit, I already selected a card. I don't think I can pick another one now. You go for the Prime Minister. Damn it. It's kind of cheap because you can see what cards, how many refuse cards they have. He tried to get me to drop my proposal, and the Chief of Staff keeps playing fucking extend cards. It's very annoying. I'm going to pass to the Chief of Staff, which might be risky. He just bided his time. I'm going to pass to him again. He discarded. Okay, so now let's take a look. He supports me. He has not submitted a plan, so he's probably going to vote for the Prime Minister. I could just ping-pong it back to him. Oh, that might do it. Oh. I'm going to play the bide here. I don't know if I'm going to win this one. This is the most important part of the fucking meeting. If I don't win it, it's going to be a problem. So I have a proposal. I have my support, and then the finance minister. The foreign minister supports his own proposal. He's the only one, though, because he's a big, stupid geek. And then the chief of staff supports the prime minister. I think the foreign minister is going to support the prime minister. Oh! I got excited over a political card game just now. I'm sorry, but that was awesome. I think that might have been random. I think normally they support the prime minister, but that's it. We're locked in. So Doug's plan is actually executable now. That was really close. Oof. So now we have to define targets. Okay. Those aren't bad, but we're not going to war with the states immediately. We're going to war with them, but we're not targeting them immediately. And the Prime Minister and the Chief of Staff, and the Finance Minister all agree. Oh, and we're going to destroy Seattle, according to the moronic Foreign Minister. His ideas certainly are foreign to common sense. Ah, zing. Oh, I can apparently fiddle with the map here, but what I want to do... Doug prioritized Brunei here. Just Burneye, apparently. Weekend at Burneye's. We're going to occupy that with the Navy. And then he wants to defend Kure, which is always a safe bet. The importance of this is that I think that if you succeed in your attaining your strategic goals, you get extra cards in the next meeting. But it's also a good way to kind of keep things organized. And then Doug says to defend Truck. That's what he says, so I have to do it, actually. I was thinking that there was a better target, but I'm going to say Navy defend Truck, because I don't think there's any Army units there. We probably should have put one of the ports on Celebes, because that's one of his targets, but meh. He said that as specific objectives. And the Prime Minister's already making his unwanted advances my way. Dear God. So, the Chief of Staff just passed to the Finance Minister, who agrees with him. And I and the Foreign Minister are the only ones who have a different opinion here. Okay, so if we had a Unify card, that would be marvelous. I'm playing Extend. Because it's 3-on-1-on-1 right now, and you're an asshole. And fuck. My proposal's gone, but I have 3 plan cards. I will gladly play one. And re-propose, I guess, my proposal. I probably will not show the entirety of these card games going forward. I just wanted you guys to know kind of how this works. It's oddly fun. And it's an interesting mechanic. It does allow for a lot of randomness. One thing that is cool, too, is that the more successful you become, kind of to replicate the... uh-oh. It's a problem. To kind of... Oh, well, I agree with the Prime Minister, apparently. These are not bad goals. If you, we could end up occupying Guam anyways, so that's fine. And Davao, for that matter. The more successful you are, though, in the war, the more cards you get, and you can actually outnumber the Prime Minister's cards. You can eventually become more powerful than him. That's actually pretty easy to do, honestly, if you are good at the game. So you have a lot easier time... succeeding in persuading people. So now we have to set the budget, and Doug has a hilarious budget in mind. Let's see. I might have to pause the recording here real quick to figure... What an asshole. Look at how much money he wants. It's so one-sided. But I think actually Doug's is going to end up being more one-sided. So. Yeah, let me see what the Foreign Minister wants here. That's awful. Alright, so... I'm going to go ahead and... He gave me percentages, basically, so I need to figure out what it is that what exactly I need to put in real quick. Okay, I think I got it. Oh, we can only go to the nearest 1,000. Okay, well, Doug wants 30% of the budget to go to the Navy, and then 20% to the Army, so rounding down, I guess, here. Whoops, that's not a number that would work. Oh, dear me. For foreign affairs, he wants 5%. So I guess it's 1,000. Bases will get 15%, which is 3,000. Tech gets 20%, so tech gets 4,000. And the government gets a paltry 3,670 hoodads to work with. That's not a lot to, feed and clothe and educate the people, but whatever, we're at war. Yay! Here's my proposal. Choke on it. He passed over me, because he's a dick. And the Chief of Staff now agrees with the Foreign Minister. Uh-oh. There's a Unify card. Chief of Staff is down. I'm down. Finance Minister is keeping us alive here. Everyone but the Finance Minister lost on that one. I'm going to pass to the Chief of Staff, because if he gets a proposal on the table, it's better than having... Oh, no, wait. I shouldn't have done that. Oh, well, that's fine. I got another pass card. I'm going to pass it again to him. I want him to stir things up a little bit, so... He just discarded, because he's a dummy. I'm getting some pretty rough cards here. I might have to just put forward a plan and go with it. Maybe I'll get lucky and get past too, I don't know. Prime Minister's... Oh, lucky, lucky. Alright, so we got more time to work with. There you go. Still, though, the Chief of Staff... Why is he biting? That's just a terrible idea. I'm going to direct to the Foreign Minister here. crap. Well, shit. The chief of staff agrees with the finance minister, and I do too! No! He's got the worst proposal! Oh, crap. That sucks. That really sucks, because we're not going to get near as many dollars or yens to play with here. That is awful. Look at how much the government gets. Not a fan of big government, what can I say? But we do get a lot of money in tech, so that is an upside. That is definitely an upside. Now, Doug has some ideas for tech here. He wants 25% spent on Navy, Aero, and WEPs. So I can do that. And then he wants 20% for... Let's see. Yeah, 20% for industry. So let's... Oops, I'm going the wrong way. And then a paltry 2 hundo for espionage. Espionage is truly not that useful in this game, especially as the Japanese, because they just start out awful at it and then they remain awful at it. It's almost like putting good money after bad, but that was the proposal. And I don't know how the game figures out what the final count is for what actually ends up going into the tech budget. I think it might just average it. Not sure. Now we have to distribute fuel. This is also extremely important. You can really shoot yourself in the foot here if you don't, if you distribute too much to the Army and the Navy, because then you can drop your GNP, and that makes you possibly lose the game if you zero out your GNP, but that's not going to happen. So everybody's got some pretty balanced suggestions. Doug doesn't. He wants me to put 55% of the fuel budget into the Navy. How much do we have to start with? So that's actually more like 5. And then we'll put... That's about what he wants. Fuck the economy! It's stupid, the economy. Oh, dear. I have to agree with him. Oh, and the Chief of Staff and the Prime Minister are on the same page. Okay, so I can put my plan forward. What do you... Asshole. Pick on the idiot next to you in the glasses. Not the Prime Minister, the dweeb, the fucking Foreign Minister. Oh, his proposal's off the table now. That was just as good as a discard there, but... Having 2 pass cards is honestly plenty. He wants... Oh, thank goodness. That would have been it, actually, if he'd won that one. Actually, you know what? No, I can plan still. So I'm going to put that down. He's wasting time. I'm just getting dogpiled here. And I have to agree with the Chief of Staff here, and I think that'll do it. Yep. Well, the Prime Minister's plan isn't bad by any means, so it's very balanced, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so now we need to do the draft. The draft seriously affects GNP. And the chief of staff is a dick. He just wants that one more division. Finance minister does not want any more divisions. Doug kind of wants to keep conscription low. And I agree with him. I'm actually going to give a proposal that is essentially identical to the foreign minister. I'm going to just ask for one apiece. So note that we started this with 52 GNP. And now we're at 47 based on what we're negotiating. Because we just keep taking and taking and taking. Picking on the finance minister, and I am going to plead with the chief of staff. Because he's an ass bite. Aha. And my dog is behind me, and he's barking in his sleep. Fergus. Oh, poor guy. Here, let me wake him up real quick. I feel bad for him. Sorry, folks. Just kind of breaks my heart when I hear him doing that. I don't know if he's having a good dream or not when he's barking like that, but maybe he's trying to chase a squirrel or something. I don't know what happened in the interim there. I left the game running, so let's see actually just what the finance minister has on his mind. He has no plan. I agree with the foreign minister. And, okay, that's right. That's right. I got it. I'm going to plead, then, with you. Because you're a dick. I can live with the Prime Minister's proposal. Looks like the Finance Minister has a proposal off the table now. So, this might be a good time for a bide. It is a good time for a bide. Waste time. Okay, so it's my turn, and I can plead with someone. I think I'm just going to pass because I think I win this one. I have to throw a card away, though. Pass is the least valuable. Okay, so the foreign minister and I are oddly on the same page. Finance minister agrees only with himself. He's his own man, he's an entrepreneur. And then the prime minister and the chief of staff agree with each other. This could be kind of iffy. I don't know if the finance minister is going to support us. He does not. It is going to go to the Prime Minister. His proposal is not awful, though. So, that's okay. Okay, that's it for the meeting, it looks like. It took a while. And like I say, I'm not going to include it probably in future episodes. Just kind of, I'll give you the results probably, unless something fantastically interesting happens. So now I get to do some fun things. The meeting is over. Thank you for attending. Thank you, thank you. Be sure to tip your waitress. Try the fish. Alright, so we have a budget. We're very important. We can build ships, which is awesome. Let's build ships. Doug, in his message, said that this is going to be a war dictated by the aircraft carrier. Apparently, he is some kind of student of World War II history. He is absolutely correct. I think we should build another carrier. Now, we have certain classes of carriers that we can build. Some of these are light carriers. I don't think any... The Hi-O might be one. It's also the type of ship that the USS... you know what? Never mind. I was gonna make a joke about Ed McMahon there, and you guys are too young. Let's see. I think the Hi-O is actually not a escort. We can look at the pictures, right? Just reading this for the pictures. Not for the articles. I think that is actually a full-fledged aircraft carrier based on the number of planes it has, but it is miserably slow. I want fast carriers like the Soryu and the Hiryu here, which are just very subtly different, apparently. Now, each type of ship has its own cost in material. So this is money on the left and material on the right. And this is, on the far right, is the number of months it will take to build. So... This is actually kind of tempting. This is a really solid carrier. It has a good anti-aircraft score. That's the fleet air thing there. You don't really need to worry about carriers being good at fleet engagements. Hopefully you don't get them into that position in the first place. Oh, I remember the Chateaus here. That is actually a seaplane tender, if I'm not mistaken, but I'm not going to worry about that. You can actually look at a picture of it, right? Oh, it got converted, I think. I think that's right. But we did run into the Chitose when we were in Silent Hunter 4 for sure. Let's take a look at this bad boy. It's a pretty handsome vessel. It is a little spendy. I think I just want to carry a shitload of planes, honestly. So let's go back to some of the other models. Problem with these, though, is that they are pretty goddamn slow. They don't have terrific anti-aircraft abilities. I think the Shokaku, despite its vulnerability to submarines, is actually our best bet. I'm going to be building one of these. Let's take a look at how long it's going to take. It's going to take 13 months, and it is fabulously expensive. But we want quality. Nothing says quality like massive explosions, right? I have to pick a name. I didn't forecast for this, but how about if you guys have name suggestions, I think I'll just draw them from a list that you guys submit generally. How about that? Now this is a Shokaku class, so I'm assuming it wants me to use one of these Kaku names. I think I'm going to go with the Hakukaku, because why not? Alright. So start production of the Hakukaku. And then we could build another carrier. That's a bit much for a budget, though, because there's some other things that we need to do with our money. I'm going to build a few destroyers, actually. And, you know, they're all pretty samey. Having them well armored is nice. Having them be good against aircraft, though, is preferable. The best one here, as far as aircraft, is the Akizuki here. Akizuki? So I think I'm actually just going to build a few of these. Look at that little guy. And again, it's going to give me names that are based on the suffix here. I don't know what Zuki means in Japanese in this case, but I'm going to go with the Minazuki here. And then I'm going to build another Zuki class. Or Akizuki class, I guess. The yummy Zuki. Zuki. And you know what? I'm actually not going to pick a name for the list. I'm going to call this the... This is not Japanese, but, the Dookie Zuki. Or maybe it is Japanese. It's Japanese in spirit. I'm really proud of myself for that one. Okay, so that's plenty of ships. That probably is too much, honestly, but that'll do. What we do need to build is planes, and also transports. We can't build subs. We're gonna build some planes. I'm going to build The A6M20 here, the Ryzen. This is the... I don't remember what this is called. This is the one, though, with fixed wheels, though, I think. You can take a look at it here. What a ridiculous aircraft. We're not going to build that. This is the proper Zero here, so we're going to build some of these. I can build 53 Zeros with what we have left, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to build 20. Actually, I'm going to build 10, because we really don't have very much money. And there's some stuff that we want to do, possibly with what's left. God, that's really not very much money. I think that might be it. We can't even build transports. Fortunately, we're not starting the war until a little bit from now, so that'll be fine. There's this thing here that says original warship. We can actually design warships, but I'm not going to worry about that yet. Okay. I'm satisfied. I demand satisfaction. Now we can place spies. And this might be a waste of money, but Doug said that we should send him out. I agree, we should. We're going to send one to Hawaii, which will cost 200. And then we're going to send one to Wake. There we go. And then where was the other one? I had another one. Oh, yeah, Brunei. That's right. I don't think that there's going to be any activity there, but we're just following orders. I get to use that excuse a lot. Alright, so the month is over, and now we get to distribute supplies, and good God. That is a very, very thorough exercise we just went through there. Like I say, I'm going to probably omit most of this. And the computer has to cogitate on the supply distribution. Cogitate away. There we go. And it's a bright and sunny December the 1st. So, this is the actual interesting month. Things will actually happen this month. The pace of this next month is going to be a lot different. I'm going to omit much more of the game, and I'm going to be pursuing Doug's goals. Now, again, I want to talk a little bit about how this works. If you want to participate, please leave your name in a comment to this video, and I will add you to a list. You will be randomly selected, possibly, and then you will be allowed to issue commands. And everything's downhill from there. I don't know if there was anything else I really wanted to talk about here. But I do encourage you guys, again, if you don't have any expertise in war games generally, or in this game, please volunteer. I can interpret things, so it's okay. Like I said, the only bad order is one that just is garbage. Like if you're telling me to go fuck myself, that's... well, I'll do that anyways. Gross. That's horrible. Why did I say that? Just another regrettable remark. Alright, so I think that's good for now. I will be starting up Doug's next month in the next episode. So I hope that you guys will sign up, and I hope you guys will join me in the next episode of Let's Play P.T.O. 2 Successively. Emphasis on success. I'll see you guys later.